Have you got a minute? How's it looking? Good, good. Have you got a minute? Yeah. How's it looking? Good, good. Only one problem. Well, two problems. What are those? We don't have a first segment and we don't have a main event. Say that again? We don't have a first segment and we don't have a main event. What are you talking about? We're live on nationwide TV in less than 1 hour and no one has any idea what we're doing for the first segment or the main event. Oh! I'm sorry. I just realized what's happening. Okay. I was worried for a second there. You're new, right? This is your first TV? Yeah. Yeah. Don't worry about it. Oh, good. So, we do have a Seg 1 and a main event? No. But you just said not to worry about it. Right. You can relax. You don't need to worry about it. So, you're taking care of it? No. I'm going to be right here running the show. Then, what are we doing for Seg 1 in the main event? Bro, I told you. Don't worry about it. Seg 1 and the main event are covered. Or they will be, anyway. Then why can't you just tell me what they are? Because I don't know yet, because Seg 1 hasn't happened yet. How many times do I have to fucking tell you? I'm sorry. I'm just trying to do my job. No. No, you shouldn't apologize. I'm sorry. I keep forgetting how new you are around here. You just said it like a minute ago. We never know what's in the first segment or the main event before the show starts. What we do is we start the show, play the theme song, blow some pyro, take some big swooping crane shots of the crowd, have the announcers billboard the parts of the show we do have scheduled. Then we wait for one of the wrestlers to walk out to the ring. One of the wrestlers? That's right. But you don't know who? Not specifically. I know it will be a top star. One of our most popular or most hated members of the roster. How do you know that? Because it always is. If you're back here when the show starts, you'll see it happen. One of our top stars will walk right by here. Once I see who it is, I'll tell our sound tech to play that wrestler's theme music. The wrestler will make their way to the ring, ask for a microphone, milk the crowd response for a minute, then I'll have the sound tech fade down their music and they'll start talking. And what will they say? I don't know. They'll probably either say something nice about the city we're in to get the people to cheer, or say something mean about the city we're in to get the people to boo, depending on the wrestler's disposition. If something happened to them last week, they might talk about that. If they've been announced for an important match coming up in the near future, they might talk about that. They could be happy about something or pissed off about something. It can vary pretty wildly, but after they talk for a few minutes, one of the other wrestlers will pass by and I'll have the sound tech play their theme music and they'll walk out to the ring and interrupt the first wrestler. The two of them will argue, they might fight a little bit, but then again they might not, and that'll take care of the first segment. Wait, and then, I'm sorry to interrupt, but what do you mean they might fight a little bit? You know, their verbal exchange will grow more heated as it goes on until finally things get physical. What usually happens is one of them takes a cheap shot at the other, then they scuffle, one of them gains a quick advantage and tries to hit the other one with a big move, but the other one ducks out of the way and rolls under the bottom rope to the floor and backs off. Then we play the theme music of the wrestler who's still in the ring and throw to whatever's next on the format. The two wrestlers are mad enough at each other to start fighting. That's right. But when one of them leaves the ring and backs away, they just stop. The one still in the ring doesn't follow the other one out to continue the fight? I mean, sometimes they do, and I have to send security and the referees out there to break them up, but that only happens once every couple of months usually, and we're not due for another one yet. We just had a big fight like that 2 weeks ago, on the last show before that big pay-per-view event. So, two wrestlers get into a totally impromptu argument that leads to a fight in segment 1. Correct. Then the two wrestlers who argue and fight in segment 1 wrestle each other in the main event? There you go, see? Now it's starting to make sense to you. Not really. What part is still confusing you? If there's genuine animosity between the wrestlers, like beyond competitive to the point where it becomes a personal vendetta, wouldn't it be irresponsible to put them against each other in a match? What if they start trying to hurt each other? That's not uncommon, but it's equally likely they'll just wrestle each other. They were so angry at each other less than 2 hours before that they argued and brawled in front of everyone, but now they're going to have a clean wrestling match. Like with headlocks and stuff. Sure. Well, mostly. It usually gets dirty eventually, but not until near the end. What do you mean? What happens near the end? Not infrequently, it occurs that the animosity between the competitors boils over to such an extent that the referee is forced to rule the match a no contest. And usually, after that happens, the two wrestlers just keep right on going for a bit. They fight? Like a street fight? They start punching and kicking and trying to choke each other? Or they do wrestling moves. They're so angry with each other that the referee can no longer control them and has no choice other than to stop the match, but they keep doing wrestling moves? It's what they know. Sure, but if a baseball player gets angry enough with someone to swing a bat at them, does he take his batting stance first? Happens all the time. What if the wrestlers start trying to hurt each other while the match is still going on? As long as one of them doesn't break the rules where the referees can see it, there's nothing we can do. There's nothing we can do? Nothing we can do. So if for some reason the referee's attention is distracted, which has been known to happen, and while the ref is distracted, one of the wrestlers grabs the other one in an illegal chokehold and strangles them into unconsciousness, there's nothing we can do about it. Nothing we can do? The match continues. Absolutely. Even though it's on TV. And all of us, including the other referees, are back here watching, and we all just saw one of the wrestlers cheat. Only the referee assigned to the match has the power to end the match. Really? Unless that referee is knocked unconscious. If the referee is knocked unconscious, the match automatically ends? No, then I'll have to send another referee out to take over. If the referee is knocked unconscious, the match continues. Sure. And in that time between when the first referee gets knocked out and the new referee runs in to take over, the match is essentially anything goes? Yeah, like, not officially, but sure, practically speaking, yeah. So, what if one of the wrestlers throws the other wrestler out onto the concrete floor and picks them up and drops them straight down on their head? It happens. And that's good? No, it's really bad. Because the wrestler who gets dropped on their head is seriously hurt. Sometimes. Sometimes? I'm talking about a grown adult picking up another grown adult, turning them upside down and dropping them on their head. I know. And you're telling me that when that happens, the wrestler dropped on their head is seriously hurt sometimes? Yes. Sometimes they're so badly hurt they're carried out on a stretcher and they can't come to work for months. And sometimes they pop right up and get back into the match, and in a minute it's like it never even happened. It's an unpredictable sport. But it is a sport. Yes, it's a sport. A sport where we leave the two most important segments of our show open so our top stars can argue with each other on TV and get into real fights. You're making this sound way more complicated than it is. Two wrestlers argue and brawl a little in the first segment. We book those wrestlers against each other in the main event. Their match in the main event lasts exactly 2 segments, except for sometimes when it goes a little longer and we have an overrun, which is fine because we have that cleared with the network. And after the match is over, before we go off the air, there's usually something else that happens, like maybe the wrestler who lost jumps the wrestler who won from behind to get revenge, or the unpopular wrestler attacks the popular wrestler with a chair, and then one of the other popular wrestlers runs out to help the first popular wrestler. We play their music when we see them running by too. And somewhere around then is where we end the show. And this kind of thing happens every week. Every week. And none of it is planned. Of course it's not planned. This is professional wrestling. Well, all right then. Thank you for clearing that up. That's what I'm here for. Oh, one thing while I've got you here. Yes? Can you double check that there are several wooden folding tables, dozens of metal folding chairs, and a little sack filled with thumbtacks stashed under the ring, just in case any of the highly paid athletes who work for us want to use them to try to maim and kill each other at some point during the show? I'll get right on it. He's catching on.